Good morning my dear children, I am Kavishri and you are watching my YouTube channel Let's Explore. Today in this class we are going to understand a very interesting topic in history, that is the rise of nationalism in Europe. Duke Metternich, an Austrian chancellor, once remarked, when France sneezes, the rest of the Europe catches cold. So how this nationalism of Europe is connected with the France? The ideas of French Revolution, as we have studied in the last year in detail, that is liberty, equality and fraternity. Liberty is freedom, equality is equal opportunities, fraternity is the brotherhood. How these ideas of French Revolution and the nationalism of French Revolution is connected with Europe. He remarked, when France sneezes, here France is regarded as nose, and the rest of the Europe catches cold, and the body is Europe. Whatever happened in France, so rest of the Europe is going to get its effect. French Revolution and its ideals, they brought sweeping changes in Europe. We have understood the stages of French Revolution in detail. That is, it was under the monarchical rule, that is autocratic rule, and then they drafted constitutional monarch, and then National Assembly, finally they formed democratic socialist republic. These stages also brought a sweeping change in rest of the Europe. In 1848, Frederic Seurat, a French artist, he dreamt and visualized his dream of world in his 4 series of print. In his first print, he portrays that the people of Europe and America, Poland, German, and all the ages and all the men and women and other social groups, they marched in a long train and they reached the Statue of Liberty. They offered their homage, their martyrs were commemorated, and they also had the tricolors in their hand. They formed hymns, and these official languages they wanted to have, everything was portrayed in their flag. Here he symbolizes, Frederic Seurat, he symbolizes the Statue of Liberty as a female allegory or a female figure which symbolizes liberty, that is freedom. She bears in one hand a torch of enlightenment and in the other hand the charter rights of men. As you just recall, you can know that the only men were provided all the declaration of rights, but women were not provided any rights. Example, right to vote. Suffrage was not provided to women. So this, in the next 4 site, you can also see this image where he has provided the fragmented absolutist institutions where they stormed the palaces and also the treaties and whatever they have in the palace, it was fragmented and it was just dumped in the forest. So in his portrait, in his print, he wanted to explain that what he dreamt of the world having the democratic social republic. He wanted to have all the world, all the nations in the world to have the democratic social republic. What are the measures and practices of French Revolution brought a sense of collective belongingness or collective identity? That is, les patries, les citoyens. These are the French terms, which means les patries is nothing but fatherland. After French Revolution, the first measure or the first practice of French people was the practice of having the fatherland. So all the land which is prevailed in France, they thought this land belonged to us. Nobody is inferior and nobody is superior. So the land which is there in France is belong to all the people in France. That is, les patries means the fatherland. Les citoyens, the people of France, they changed into citizen of France. So what is the difference between the people of France and citizen? Citizen or the permanent member of the nation or state. Indeed, they had their fundamental rights which are guaranteed by the constitution. So, les citoyens means citizen. So they declared all the people as their own citizen. And then they had natural rights. What are those natural rights? Which are inalienable rights. Example, right to life, right to freedom, freedom of expression. So all these are natural rights which are inalienable. When the child born by the birth itself, these rights are inalienable, and these rights are not separated, and no people and nobody should go and beg to any monarch or king or queen to get their rights, because it is inalienable. It will be there in human beings. And new hymns, oaths were taken, martyrs were commemorated. And instead, they also had the centralized administration. So what is the meaning of centralized administration? So different kingdoms which was divided, they were not having different administration with the chief ministers and provinces head. So everybody abided to have the centralized administration, and they also practiced the uniformity in laws and system of weightage, which helped to have their trade business. They were having the regional dialects. Dialects are nothing but languages. So they discouraged this regional dialects and they made French language as their official language. Apart from these measures and practices, Napoleonic codes or the Code of 1804 also provided towards the sense of collective identity. How? He banned all the privileges on birth. As you all know, first and second estate people were privileged on birth. They got all the privileges on birth, and even they were not paying taxes because they got privilege, and they also told that we are clergy and we are nobles, we are not going to pay any taxes. So only middle classes were paying taxes. So Napoleon in his administration, he stopped and he said no privileges on birth. Then equality before law. All the people and all the citizens in France, they got equality before law. And everybody, if anyone has made a mistake, and he is seen and he was punished. So equality before law was practiced. And he also provided security for the private property, which was not practiced before. He also improved the transport and communication, which helped them to have the business. And later on, the people of merchants and the businessmen, they understood and realized the importance of having the centralized administration and why we need to have uniformity of laws in system of weightage, and even the system of having the single currency system. So these practices and measures or the factors helped France or French people to develop the sense of collective identity. So all these factors, that is the ideals of French Revolution, the nationalism, that is the loyalty towards the motherland, and the measures which they practiced to have the sense of collective identity, also spread and brought a sweeping changes in the rest of Europe. Hence Duke Metternich, an Austrian chancellor, he remarked, when France sneezes, the rest of the Europe catches cold. So this, the intellectuals, that is the Voltaire and even J.J. Rousseau, everybody, they created awareness in the middle classes people, and that also reached in the emergence of a rise of nationalism in Europe. Thank you, children.